everyone, my name is Jeff. Welcome to the channel. I am, in fact, a Xennial. What does that mean? Well, that means that I am in touch with my feelings like every good millennial, but also, I don't really care. I hope you're ready for some G.I.Joe action today. We're going to be watching the M.A.S.S device. It's very exciting. This is, I don't know when you're watching this video, but this is like one of my first videos recording for this channel. This is a new channel for me at the time of this recording, so feel free to drop me a subscription if you like it. But my intent is to watch through G.I.Joe. This is kind of one of the reasons why I started this channel. So again, I'm Jeff. I'm a Xennial. And I like G.I. Joe. I always had this dream that like one day I would retire and then I'd be able to sort of sit on the couch and read comic books and watch cartoons and kung fu movies. Like that's my dream of retirement. Maybe it's yours. I don't know. But I've just decided to like cut to the chase and start doing it now. So I'm going to start rewatching G.I. Joe, and this is this sort of lets me do that. Am I a G.I. Joe expert? No, I am not. There are lots of amazing channels out there. There are lots of amazing resources out there on the internet for you if you're looking for like concrete, heavily researched information about G.I. Joe. This is not that. I am a fan. I consider this one of my favorite shows, but have I seen every single episode of everything? Probably not. Like I know something. I know, what do I say? I'd like to say that I know a little bit about a lot of things. I certainly know my way around pop culture, cocktail conversation around G.I. Joe, like fairly well for G.I. Joe, to be honest. This series is going to take a little while. This episode is just going to be the M.A.S.S device, which is a 5-episode miniseries that kicked off the Real American Hero G.I. Joe television show. This is the Sunbow series, the first 95 episodes of G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero. And I would encourage you now to, if you'd like to support the channel, or if you'd like to learn how to watch this entire reaction, the full cut, you can go down into the description. And if you would like to just skip right to the reaction, please go right ahead. There are chapter times down below, and I'll put chapter times for each of the various episodes. If for some reason you really care about like what are my thoughts on episode 3, I don't know. Check down in the description because I am going to yap for a minute or two. And one more thing, probably before you go, you should know that I'm going to be watching this on YouTube. This entire series is available for free. At the time of this recording, is available for free on the Hasbro official YouTube channel. So we're going to be watching it there. I will be, of course, editing out the advertisements, even in the full cut. But that's what's going on. I think this is also available on Tubi or perhaps other over-the-top free ad-supported television streaming services. This is not like an inaccessible show. I'm just saying. So if you want to watch this show, you just go ahead and watch it. It's all up here on the YouTubes. If you're still with me, thank you very much. Let's talk a bit about G.I. Joe. I do, in fact, own this on DVD. I purchased this at HMV in downtown Toronto, where I grew up in, I don't know, the late 90s, the mid 90s, whenever they started putting out DVDs of G.I. Joe, I guess. I think I got this, and I got the first, I got most of the series on DVD originally. So that's how old I am, everyone. Let's see. I have had some significant experience with G.I. Joe. I've watched a lot of the show. I've certainly watched the M.A.S.S device. I think I watched this about 6 or 8 months ago, probably. And I've been thinking about starting a new YouTube channel for quite a while. I've been running a YouTube channel for 10 plus years. But I've been thinking about starting a new YouTube channel that was more like interactive for many years, for at least a year or so. And I've had a lot of different ideas, but one of the things I wanted to do was find an excuse to watch more cartoons. So here we are. Let's just say for G.I. Joe, I'm a pretty big fan. A few quick hits around G.I. Joe, just to give you some context, some flavor for where I'm coming from. Because I'm going to want to talk about the lore. I'm going to want to talk about the sort of the side stories, the character moments. I love those little bits in between. That's kind of what really does it for me. I like the extended sort of, it's in the comic book, or it's in the, it's in some other medium that, maybe from elsewhere. If it's from a video game or something. I love that stuff. But as my memory is not the best, we're going to primarily focus on what's in each of the episodes. And I will probably be stopping and starting. I'm still figuring out this whole streaming thing. So forgive me. If you have tips, feel free to let me know below. But I find the talking over, the audio mix gets kind of messed up. So I'll probably be stopping and starting, and we'll certainly circle back after each episode to do a little recap and collection of our thoughts on the lore. I hope you'll have fun enjoying watching the show with me. If you aren't, and you don't enjoy it, then that's fine. Go ahead and go somewhere else. That's the Gen X side of me coming out now. I wrote down one or two things here just I wanted to mention. Okay, so my favorite Joe from the show certainly has to be Shipwreck. Because my favorite episode is the 2 episodes that ended season 1 that were Welcome to Springfield, which I certainly will talk about that when we get to those episodes. But I grew up reading science fiction and comic books, and that idea, back in whatever it was, 86 or something when I saw that, 85, 86 when I saw that, that just blew my mind. This was certainly well before Star Trek had ever done that. We'll get to it when we get to it. Well, sorry for the bouncing there. My first G.I. Joe toy. Yeah, my parents wouldn't let me get G.I. Joe toys. They wouldn't buy any guns or any kinds of toys that might be considered weapons. So, when I got my first allowance, which was a little bit later on, I was a little bit older. So I think it must have been 86. So the first G.I. Joe toy I got, literally the first allowance I got, I went and I bought G.I. Joe toys, was I bought Roadblock, and I got the, what was it called? I wrote down here. The LCV Recon Sled. Yeah. So Roadblock and a motorcycle, basically. And Roadblock I always thought was hilarious. I love him from the show because he rhymes. So that always entertained me. The coolest Joe toy I ever owned, probably the Hooded Cobra Commander. I did own 2 of the mail-away Super Soldiers, but I think the Hooded Cobra Commander is probably the coolest Joe toy I ever owned. But also because I couldn't get Joe toys when I was in the first 1 or 2 seasons, when G.I. Joe was at its earliest, because my parents wouldn't buy them for me, I missed a lot of the core toys from when I was a kid. So I never had a Snake Eyes. I think I only owned a Storm Shadow later on. The biggest G.I. Joe toy I ever had, whatever, I don't know if this is a flex or not, was I had the Mobile Command Center. And the wild card fact I'll give you is that I do own Spy Troops, Valor vs. Venom, and Ninja Battles on DVD. And I think I purchased in the early 2000s, I bought a region-free DVD player so that I could play burned copies of G.I. Joe Extreme, which I had picked up at a comic convention somewhere. This is pre-streaming, so if those of you who are not my age don't recall, in the early days of the internet, when video was harder to come by, these things were started floating around in the nerd culture, but they weren't as easily accessible, and you couldn't go on I couldn't go on Kazaa and download G.I. Joe episodes. Maybe some super hot movie, but probably not. And if I did, it would have taken me days and days and days. So the best way to get some of those old shows like it blew my mind first time going to comic conventions when I was in my 20s, seeing these, seeing copies of Joe and seeing copies of other old classic cartoons, you know. The start of my nostalgic phase. This channel, by the way, is a new channel. So like I said, feel free to sub if you like. I'm going to be talking about comic books. I'm going to be talking about movies. I'm going to be talking about, you know, cartoons, certainly. I'm planning on about like 80% of this channel being a reaction channel, but I don't know, maybe Let's Plays and all sorts of other stuff too. Or I can just tell you stories. I have quite a sordid history with nerd culture, having been a television producer on a number of nerdy, geeky things. I have been on the press side covering Comic-Cons and E3s and all sorts of fun stuff like that. But also, you know, my first job was working at Blockbuster Video. I have lots of ridiculous stories that I'd be happy to share. For now, though, let's get to the action and yo, Joe.
Now, back to G.I.Joe.
Okay, I think it's time to watch this. Like I said, this is available on YouTube in its entirety on the Hasbro YouTube page. I'll put the link down below, but it's just the entire series is available right now. So let's go and let's watch it. Beautiful.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
Greatest theme song?
Against Cobra and Destro, fighting to save the day.
Very possibly.
He never gives up. He's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air.
So good, right?
G.I. Joe is there.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained special mission force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
He never gives up. He'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe.
No Cobra Commander.
G.I. Joe.
So just before we get into the episode, I know, we just started, but remember, this is the first G.I. Joe anything, right? I mean, you know what I mean. This is the first of the Real American Hero TV series. So Major Blood, I guess, is in it because he was in that intro. No Baroness, I don't think. Definitely no Crimson Twins, no Dreadnoks. None of the other, like, Firefly's not in it. So this is an interesting sort of spot for Joe to be in, for G.I. Joe to be in. And I believe this one, and I think the second miniseries as well, Duke is kind of the main Joe. But really, we've just got a small group of sort of core G.I. Joe characters. Primarily like the original, you know, this is the kind of like an original lineup. I don't think there's no Flint, there's no Lady J. There is Scarlet, but it's a smaller universe, which I think works well. And just on the intro, that theme song is like so clutch. It's so great, and I love the addition of, like, here's the lore, you know, basic lore, like inserted into it. Fighting for freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization. That's good stuff. That's good stuff all around. All right, let's dive into this episode now. Sky Strikers? Is that what those are called, right? They're Sky Strikers, I think.
The new Sky Strikers are real beauties.
Now with Cobra slithering around on the loose, we need all the help we can get.
Oh, what hotshot pilot's flying that Sky Striker?
Gonna kick the mustard out of that crazy hot dog. He could have smeared us all over the runway. Hey, bacteria brain! Come down and let's discuss your future as a mental patient.
Oh, come on, Duke. Where's your spirit of adventure? Give a teammate a hand. I missed you, Duke.
You certainly did. By that much.
Oh, these two.
Something's coming in below our radar level.
Do you ship them? I would. Now, what are these Cobra planes? Are these new? I don't know these. Did they release these as vehicles? You have to sort of think, like, what's the toyetic quality of every single item on screen? Easy dubs, easy dubs. Quick flips, not a problem for these guys.
Hey, why didn't you just yell, look out?
Didn't you read my green sheet? Man of action.
Return to base! Cobra!
And now they just leave.
I want the Joes on full alert. Cobra's up to something big.
Oh, yes, they are. Oh, I forgot. Cobra, what are you guys doing in this ridiculous, overly dramatic lair?
He comes. Vacation, please.
Oh, someone definitely watched watched Raiders of the Lost Ark recently.
We are disappointed. You were expected days ago, Destro.
So, you've got your introduction now of our villains in their ridiculous underground lair. The lair seems over the top, I know, but this is kind of, especially early Joe, from my understanding, my memory, is that, like, Cobra Commander in particular was, like, way into theatrics. On Cobra side, you've got Cobra Commander and then Destro, who I love Destro. Destro is like the arms dealer who supplies weapons to Cobra. As I'm sure you all know. I'm sorry for covering the basics, but you never know who's watching. Maybe this is someone's, first time.
The shipment was difficult to assemble, and I lost more time climbing to this ridiculously melodramatic location.
Even he knows it.
The Cobra Temple to guarantee us secrecy and security. Now, what have you brought me?
It's the MacGuffin!
Yes.
These three elements will fuel the device, and with it I shall bring the world to its knees.
But will it reach its target? If it goes astray, we'll look like fools.
This will guide us.
It is the first step towards Cobra domination of the universe.
These guys, so dramatic, aren't they? It's interesting to me that they're already, just playing into the campiness of this whole thing. And I wanted to note, like, Cobra Commander is really, like, hissing it up, right? But, we'll see. We'll see how much they keep that up.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
Time for an ad break.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Sorry to send for you without explanation, Duke. Especially in the aftermath of Cobra's sneak attack.
Oh,
But
see?
I've got a real challenge for the G.I. Joe team.
I presume your request for G.I. Joe was filed correctly, General Flagg.
This is as far as we go. Locked behind those silo doors is a new space satellite of incredible capabilities. My mission is to ensure its safety until launch time tomorrow. So
you want the G.I. Joe team to try a break-in to test your defenses. Am I right, General?
affirmative, Duke. When can your team take a crack at this installation?
We've already done it. This is right out of, like, Ocean's 11, right? Snake Eyes, of course. This is our intro to him, right? I don't think he was in the other battle earlier. Couldn't... Wait. Wait. Okay, okay. So cause a distraction, I get that. Seems a little unnecessary. Also, wasteful.
Thanks for dropping in, Stalker. Shall we do our thing?
Après-vous, ma chère Scarlet.
Why, thank you, sir.
Okay, love the intro of these characters. They give them all a moment to shine, obviously, but like ridiculous, right? If they were gonna come in sneakily, they could have all come in with snake eyes. If they were gonna all come in on jetpacks, which since no one seemed to notice them coming in, why didn't they just all come in on jetpacks? If Stalker was there to like make a distraction, he should have stayed down below to like distract the guards, right? While Snake Eyes and Scarlet. I'm overanalyzing. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the show. Let's just watch the show.
The notion that the G.I. Joe team could breach these defenses was totally ludicrous.
You were saying?
Mm-hmm. And I thought she wasn't in this series. Wasn't in the miniseries yet. I guess I was wrong about that.
Well, Destro?
Alright. So, if you didn't know, it's a teleporter.
No.
But why do it?
Possible.
Oh, they don't know. They didn't know that there was Peep Joes in there at that time, right? These guys are as good shots as stormtroopers.
Thanks. But I have other plans.
The Baroness.
Now! Finish them off!
Okay.
Quick, the emergency doors are closing.
Well, now they're trapped in there, aren't
The
they?
satellite had to be raised into launch position by gantry elevators.
On target, Scarlet. We can position those elevators properly. We can lift the silo walls right off their foundation. Go for it.
Does that track?
Stand by for assault, man.
I don't think that makes sense.
It's working, General. Let's take them.
It's so overly dramatic.
What? Take defensive positions! You incompetent steelhead! Your bungling has cost me dearly!
Premature panic is the sign of an immature mind. I have mastered the device.
Just to note, I love the back and forth banter between Destro and Cobra Commander. I think this is one of the elements that like constantly makes this show, is that the villains, of course everything is ridiculous and cartoony, it's a cartoon, but like the villains are like always at each other. And remember, this is like the 80s. This is like a template for, you know, cartoons to come.
Coordinates locked, temperature perfect. There!
It's over, Baroness. You and Major Blood step out and lay down your weapons.
I mean, Duke, did you not notice, like, how did they even get there?
I'm afraid our surrender has been cancelled.
Not so fast, Baroness.
Oh, right, I forgot. Sorry, Duke, I don't think so. How many men does it take to take down Duke? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
To the slave pens and prepare him for sport.
Fire! As long as we have the 3 precious elements, we are invincible.
Did they reprogram the satellite so that it's now a Cobra satellite? Did they do that, like, just like that?
Orbit has been achieved. No one can stop Cobra now.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that like a British song? Like da 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 da.
What about Cobra's weird
And yet we were in
fade-in,
Paris.
fade-out technique?
computer says it might be a form of molecular transfer.
Who are these guys? That's Breaker? Is that right?
The Nobel Prize-winning scientist, Dr. Laszlo Vandermeer, is the world's leading expert.
Okay.
Last place he was seen was his farm in New England.
All right.
Monumental microchips. Looks like Cobra took over every television and radio
And who's the
terminal in
blonde?
world.
That's not rock and roll. Rock and roll's got a.
Citizens of the world,
Oh, okay, hold on. Let's
we
watch.
have a power greater than any in the history of mankind.
Exactly. Show of force.
Tremble.
So they use the satellite to get the Eiffel Tower.
This is but the first in a series of demonstrations of the awesome power of Cobra. Beg your leaders
Gung-ho?
to surrender to Cobra at once.
I like that Cobra, like, this is a global sort of storyline. That's kind of one of the things that Joe always did pretty well. G.I. Joe always did pretty well, is that they tried to make the stories like take place all over the world. Although I think, because primarily G.I. Joe is an American team, it might have made more sense if they'd stole the Statue of Liberty. And then remind me, where did they put the Eiffel Tower? Isn't it a transporter? Where did they transport it to? I don't know. Does it matter? No, it doesn't.
Where am I? Can you understand me? They seem normal, except for those strange headbands. Those pulsing lights look like the readout on some sort of brain scanner. Water! Please! Do you have water?
Of course there's a beautiful, beautiful slave girl.
It's useless to speak with the slaves, Duke. They are mindless creatures of the Cobra organization.
Sorry, just to mention, just out of interest, did anyone have a thing for the Baroness? Am I the only one? You gotta see it, right? Like, she's evil, kind of sexy, right?
In the arena of sport.
Yeah. Right? Right?
Let's take her down. We should be right over Vandermeer's farm.
Welcome to New England. And to your fight.
Major Blood. Oh, that was right out of a Mission Impossible. All right, I want to see some cool theatrics. Scarlet and Snake Eyes, take him out. Or not. Maybe escape. Yo, Gung-Ho's great, but he was so much better once he had Bazooka with him, right? I'm right. I know I'm right. There you go, Blood. In with the pigs, where you belong.
Ceasefire! They've had it!
They're always running away.
Dr. Vandermeer, what happened?
Cobra. They picked my brain. They stole the secrets of M.A.S.S.
You were working on the M.A.S.S device?
Yes. And the only force powerful enough to counter it is another M.A.S.S device.
Then we've got to make one. Back to headquarters.
That seems like a leap in logic,
Begin
Scarlet.
construction on the M.A.S.S device at once. But the three substances that power it are extremely rare. We must get them before Cobra does, or all is lost.
So, did Destro have Vandermeer previously? Like, how did they get the original M.A.S.S device? And if they had picked Vandermeer's brain or mind, as he had said, like previously to create the original M.A.S.S device, why was he just tied to a tree there? Why didn't they have him, here in a cell somewhere, like working for them? Oh, it's like right out of Planet of the Apes with Nova.
To the Cobra arena of sport, Duke.
Yes, all the tropes.
Agreed to participate in our games.
I've agreed to nothing, reptile breath. And the only game that interests me is kicking in your fangs.
Come now!
Kicking in your fangs.
Where's your spirit of competition?
Is that an Atari joystick?
It is useless to resist. Your motor reflexes are entirely in my control. Now bow so the sport may begin.
Destro's so badass. Is that Conan? This guy is like ridiculous, right? That's not a realistic person.
You are my slave, Duke, and soon the whole world will bow to Destro and Cobra.
Oh, it's all over. Very exciting. So what did we actually learn? Like, let's pause. We're gonna take a minute and discuss. What did we actually learn from this episode? We learned that Duke is a man of action, a leader who likes to get in the mix. We learned that Cobra is obviously overly theatrical. Some of their planning doesn't totally track. Like, if Baroness was already had access as pretending to be this Pentagon person, I don't understand. Like, she could have done so many other things. Also, why would she give up that disguise? You know what I mean? Like, she was already in with like the super top secret stuff. So that's a little odd. I love the fact that there's a whole cast of interesting Joe characters. I think that that's obviously like, that's kind of the nature of G.I. Joe, that they've got a bunch of different characters and they've all got really unique personalities. Like, some of the things, like, we haven't established really that Snake Eyes doesn't talk. Like, Gung Ho had a quick moment where he did the bear hug, but like, he's obviously a strong guy. I mean, you can look at him and see that he's like a big strong guy, but I don't think we really have a full sense of like who all these characters are yet. I like that they've already sort of introduced an idea that Duke and Scarlet, maybe, it's kind of a like, will they, won't they, one day if the stars align, which I think they kind of not abandoned, but like, Flint became kind of the main man of action on the show for reasons that I don't totally understand. But I think it's great that this miniseries really stars Duke, because it establishes who he is as a Kirk style. It's very like Captain Kirk. I think is a legitimate influence on Duke. He's ready to throw a punch if need be. So I think it's good. I think we've learned a lot already, and then the power dynamic between Destro and Cobra Commander, I think, fascinating. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Okay, let's move on to episode 2. I forget the name of the episode, but it'll be written. It'll be written on the screen. You'll see it.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Here we go.
We'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
There's so much little bits of story that you can even pull out of the intro here.
It's G.I. Joe against Cobra and Destro, fighting to save the day.
Does it look like the Cobra troopers are standing in front of the Joe base? I don't think they had that base at this time though yet, did they? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that is the Joe base, isn't it?
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained special mission force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
He never gives up. He'll stay
I want all these toys. That's what I take away from this intro. I want all these as toys. And there's our lineup. I don't know if I know everyone's name there. Previously on G.I. Joe.
Destro and Cobra Commander steal a powerful satellite.
Who built this for you, Cobra? Where are the construction workers? Did you have them all killed? This is like the guys who built the Death Star, doesn't... Excuse me. I mean...
You're not very good at this.
Really?
Do they both have controllers? Oh, they do. They do. Come on. I know they didn't have them, but like you need like a dual shock at least.
It's turned off.
All right, Duke, it's all up to you now. That guy's a brawler. He doesn't kick. Come on. Oh, I guess Cobra's controlling him. Cobra Commander. Oh, and cut back to the Joes.
We must build another M.A.S.S device. But as you know, M.A.S.S is fueled by 3 very rare catalytic elements.
Yes. Got it.
The first element we need is a radioactive crystal which can be found buried near the Arctic Circle.
Okay. Location 1, Arctic Circle. Got it.
Far from a glacial expanse known as the Sea of Ice.
Sure, that seems easy enough. Just a quick question. So, Duke's gone. Is, what's his name? Stryker? Stryker? Is he in command now? I don't understand what the plan is. Like, they're gonna make their own M.A.S.S device. How is that going to stop Cobra? Why doesn't the Joe team just take out the satellite? Would that not make more sense? Or, like, find out where Cobra is operating from? Maybe that. I don't know. Just a thought. But I love the idea of them collecting the things. That's obviously like classic Joe. It's just, it doesn't totally make sense. And yes, I am applying logic to G.I. Joe. This is pretty logical. Foreshadowing. I mean, he is a trained, fighter. He's got them judo skills. It's all over. Time for a strategy meeting.
I am Selena. Slip this between your headband and your forehead, and you will be able to interrupt the control waves. It will cause you agonizing pain, but you will be free to run.
Why are you doing this?
Selena. Nice.
The guards approach. When you flee, make for the great Cobra's mouth. I shall meet you there.
What are you holding? I saw him pass you something. Search him.
Nothing.
That little detail of you have the one guard, but then you also have the guy who's like, it reminds me of like the Rancor trainer, like just a random guy with an executioner's hood on. It fits. It fits, right? Like, it would have been easy for them to just add another Cobra guard, but these kind of little touches are what make G.I. Joe cool, because there's like, they take that extra time to add the realism. Now let's get to the Arctic. You would think if these elements were so important, the government might have a stash of them somewhere. I don't know. How did Cobra get them? Doesn't matter. Look at these. They already had these snowmobiles. They already had Snow Job in the show.
We got the coordinates cold, pretty lady. And I'm talking cold. How do you read it?
Dr. Vandermeer was right, Snowjob. The crystal mine is ahead of us, at the edge of the forest.
Listen to this music. This is great. It's like out of Cowboy Bebop or something. It's like 70s style.
Something in there bothers Snake Eyes, Tripwire.
And I know better than to doubt Snake Eyes' sixth sense, Scarlet. A little sweep and scan couldn't hurt. Stay back!
Tripwire doing something useful.
A show of force will convince the world we mean business. Begin!
Wait, here's the Cobra camera crew.
Of the planet. Evidently, Our first demonstration of Cobra power wasn't sufficient to convince you of my purpose. This time, there will be no room for doubt.
See, this is the thing. Cobra doesn't care. They don't care if you're American. They don't care if you're Soviet Russian. They are a ruthless terrorist organization.
The next demonstration of my power will not be so gentle. Therefore, hear this and obey. Leaders of all nations meet at noon tomorrow on Tanu Island.
You know, sorry, just quickly, who on the Cobra team is like hacking all of the television signals around the world all at once for a live broadcast? That's the guy I want to meet.
There's some funny blips on my scope, but they could be from radioactivity.
Then let's dig some crystals.
Dude, there are guns. Wait.
Robot defenders! I knew this wasn't one of my better days.
I love that accent on Snowjob. Where's he from? He's like a New Englander. He's like from Maine. Terrible.
Robots are programmed to push us into the crystal vein.
Oh,
the radioactivity will fry us.
Why wouldn't the robots just be programmed to kill them? Did they ever make a toy of that robot? I don't know. At each other. And? Ninja, vanish.
Great work, Snake. They can't tell who their friends are.
Oh, these are dumb. These robots are dumb.
Shaking at its transistors.
Let us end this farce. There's work to do.
I'm enjoying the sport. Besides, I don't feel there's anything that can't
I thought Duke was going to escape.
That shows what you know. It was I who developed the M.A.S.S device. I who made you aware of its potential.
Wait. He developed the M.A.S.S device? What about Vandermeer? Didn't we just have that whole thing last episode about, like, the scientist genius behind the M.A.S.S device?
Without my money and organization, you'd be out in the rain watching your face rust.
Gold strip. Selena said it would interrupt control.
Oh, he's only putting it in now?
Concentrate.
All right.
Concentrate.
That's not how electronics work. Doesn't make sense. There's like thousands of troopers there. That doesn't make sense either, that he would be able to get away.
Hold it right there, hero.
And?
You are hurt.
I'll be fine, but I've got to get out of here.
The Viper glider. It is the only way. Hurry.
I'll have you all punished.
And she should go with him, really, right? I don't think she does, but she should. Why did they? Who locked? Oh, Selena probably locked the door.
There is no need.
She's already in love with him, see?
I know secret ways back to the slave pens. No one will know I've been involved in your escape. Now go.
Something to remember me by. Until I come back to free you
Dude,
and
what
your
would
people.
Scarlet say?
Any second now. There.
Until we meet again.
I love that both the Joes and Cobra have hang gliders. It's so ridiculous, but kind of awesome. Did they bring that with them?
Take cover!
Oh.
Oh, we did it! Fresh, snowy air. I never thought I'd smell it again. We got company.
And here's Major Blood. Finally, they were an hour behind. Okay. Uh-oh.
Fail-safe device. It's unleashed a radioactive cloud.
She knew exactly what it was? Wait, what? You can't see that radiation.
We could stay here and learn to glow in the dark, or we can go out there and maybe get cut to pieces.
So, I love Snowdrop's accent.
We'll try a breakout when he joins us. Come in, Snake Eyes.
Why even give Snake Eyes a walkie-talkie? What's he gonna... He doesn't talk, guys. Everyone knows that.
He's lowering a radioactive shield. Get out of there, Snake!
There was no time.
Why was there a radioactive
We knew
shield
that when he
there?
brought it down to save us.
There's nothing we can do for him, and we can't get at the crystals either. Come on!
We'll never forget you. For what you've done, Snake Eyes. We owe you our lives.
The trope. It's amazing.
For now,
Noble
we've got
sacrifice.
to get out of this trap.
So good. Oh, is it... So... Sorry, it's daytime now. Has Duke been flying all night? Uh-oh. There's a whole squadron of... Oh, man. It's cheaply made. So convenient. Again, Duke is an expert at all vehicles. And conveniently, Cobra are terrible shots. Duke, turn, turn. I don't think you're getting away, Duke.
He's had it.
Did he just sink into the mud?
For all of us.
Yeah, let's leave his body there. There's no chance he'll get out. Thank goodness there are no rodents of unusual size around. Oh, Duke, you're in a bad way, man. Not good, not good. Hey, it's Doc.
He doesn't look good, Doc. Is he going to make it?
His vital signs are weak, CoverGirl. But Duke's no ordinary man. Full emergency team ready.
CoverGirl's in this show too at this point. Okay.
Await the orders of the Cobra commander. This is the scene at Tanu Island in the Pacific. Hey, what happened?
They're gone, man.
Just like the Red Army.
Guys, you know Cobra has teleportation technology. What are you doing?
Your rash statements of bravery are pointless. This is the fate of all who reject my supremacy.
As long as Duke's back,
Stalker,
he knows what's going on.
how did I get here?
We were hoping you could tell us. You were with Cobra. And if you know how to get to Cobra headquarters, we could put an end to this nightmare fast.
It's no use. I can't remember anything. Nothing except a face. A beautiful face.
You gotta remember, man.
All right, so episode 2. Sorry, episode 2 is down. Oh, that was very exciting. We did the slave, slave gladiator fight trope. There was a giant. That's good. A beautiful slave girl who helped rescue Duke. Classic. The Russians showed up. Didn't do very much, but again, showing the sort of global scope of Cobra's machinations. I like that. And this was a really Duke-heavy episode. I like that it was like a lot of action. The stuff in the Arctic was kind of like so-so. I think the next episode is going to show Snake Eyes being all he can really be. This episode, I don't know that any of that stuff totally made sense. Like, if Cobra had already set up the mine, they could have done it. They could have left a battalion there. Like, why would they have a blast shield for radiation? Why would they have put in a thing? Like, why wouldn't the government, some government somewhere? I guess this is the Arctic, so I don't know, the Russians, the Canadians. Why wouldn't some government have like a station there mining this crystal if it's like so valuable? And also, it still doesn't track how Cobra was able to create their own mass device in the first place. But that's, I suppose, beside the point. Overall, I'm totally digging it. I'm ready to hop into episode 3. Let's go.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Okay, here we are. Are you ready for episode 3? Let's give it a shot. Classic. I don't know if I said this before, but I do not plan to cut out the to ever skip the intro. Also, I readjusted the levels here, so hopefully you guys can hear both what's happening in the show and hear me clearly. Real American hero.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained special mission force. Its purpose,
doing those, lifting that weight there.
A ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
Never gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare.
Oh, Cobra Commander. Nice. That's fine.
Surrender to the new order of Cobra starting at noon tomorrow, or suffer my wrath.
Oh, the UN?
Devastation, ruin, chaos!
If I get a job for Cobra, I'm going to work on the camera crew. That's my plan.
Egotistical peacock. Doesn't he realize our supply of catalytic elements is too low?
He's
to
a
activate
peacock?
his wild
A
threats,
popping jay?
And an empty threat destroys our credibility.
But we retain the upper hand, Destro. G.I. Joe failed to get the red crystals.
We have failed as
Are these
well,
guys together yet?
Baroness.
I don't know if they were ever... I guess they were.
Major Blood may yet succeed.
I don't think they're
in
together
bringing
yet.
out the crystals.
He must succeed. He must.
Haven't you programmed the repair module
Did you
yet?
see that?
If we're not out of
What,
here
dude,
before
Destro's like a
nightfall,
super
we
stroller or
freeze to
something?
death.
Ready now, sir.
Then send it in to do its work. This robot will bring out the crystals and deal with any G.I. Joe.
Sorry, is this the easiest way to get them, Cobra? Build a robot to build another robot?
Flush them out or
What?
finish them off.
Okay. That's right out of Star Wars, right? Snake Eyes is literally glowing. Yeah. You think he's done for, really?
Look! There was someone alive in there!
Hold your fire! Poor devil. He's a walking time bomb.
Let him go. Just let him go. Exactly.
Let him go! He'll die soon enough.
It's just like they did with Duke. They're just like, "Ah, let him go. He's probably dead by now."
Think back, Duke. There is a picture there, Duke. Look at it.
Is that Cerebro that Duke was wearing there?
She's in danger.
Selena? Right? Selena. Oh, she's got the ring, of course, right.
Hey, we're here.
All right, let's get topside.
Oh, don't worry,
Right
Duke's
over
fine
the
now.
deepest trench in the ocean floor. At the bottom lies a pool of heavy water.
So do they have any of the underwater Joes at this point? I think there's a couple of them, right?
Knows doodly squat about deep sea diving.
Exactly.
So who do we have to ramrod this operation?
Good question, Stalker. And here comes a good answer.
Hey, Torpedo. Nice. I gotta say, sometimes they do some really fun things with the characters. I love that Torpedo's like a guy you want to go and have a drink with, right? He's the guy like hanging out on Miami Beach you want to like party with, probably. That's my impression. Everyone's like, "Hey, it's Torpedo, like the fun guy we don't get to hang out with enough." Definitely one to watch. Oh, he's not looking good, guys. Even as a kid, you can see the animation, the parts where it's like, oh, that rock's gonna fall. Hey, look. Timber? What? Man, as a kid, who did not want to have a wolf as a pet, right? White Fang, Call of the Wild, Journey of Natty Gann? Huh? Anyone? Anyone? The coolest pet any kid could ever hope to have, of course, is a wolf. Oh. That polar bear is massive. You dead. You're just dead. I'm sorry, Snake Eyes. I know you're a ninja, but like, that's a polar bear. You're not making it out of this one. Ah. Seriously, that would have ripped his leg off. Thank you, Timber, but now Timber's gonna die. Come on. Oh. Of course.
Even though I cannot see you, I can tell a young, strong man you are, 'tis sure. But what you are doing in these bleak hills, I do not know.
The blind old mentor trope? Of course. Okay.
Your crystals, Destro. Mission accomplished.
Excellent, Major Blood. I salute you.
Uh-huh.
Now we lack but 2 of the precious elements which will make us invincible.
Why did they just bring that small canister back? Why not bring back a whole bunch?
We'll set down on that sort of plateau over there. And watch out for that fissure. The stuff flowing out of there is molten sulfur. The water around it is hot enough to hard boil an elephant. So keep away.
Those odd columns. I've seen them before.
So have I. In a nightmare.
I've got it. They look like giant tube worms.
Oh, right. They said tube worms were gonna come.
Yeah! Hey, do your worm orient later. Right now, activate your pressure suits. Let's find that heavy water and get out of here.
Let's keep it going.
Pretty bad neighborhood.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. See? No graffiti.
Oh, you fool. Have you ever seen a horror movie? Jesus Christ. That is awful. Like, just terrifying. Oh, conveniently, they just went away from them, so no problem. And here comes Cobra.
Now, men, attack!
I love the design work of the Cobra stuff too. They're little sled things, and Joe's all in yellow, Cobra's all in red. It's cool. What are you, a scout trooper on Endor? Come on. Oh no, now here come the worms. Oh, you guys are all in trouble now, I think.
Torpedo, carry on with the mission. We'll try to cover you.
Roger, dude. Heavy water, here I come.
He's such a card, Torpedo.
Gotcha. Come torpedo, baby.
This is like heavier, more watery water that we need to get, I guess. I said you guys were all in trouble.
Request permission to wheel and deal.
Affirmative!
Commander of Cobra Forces, you, Baroness, we've got to work together if any of us are going to get out of this. Otherwise, we'll wind up worm food.
Your idea has merit.
Yeah.
We will help. With the understanding that once we are free, we will split the pool of heavy water equally.
All right, Baroness, you've got a deal.
That seems fair.
Cobra Forces.
Oh no.
Attention. Join with the G.I.Joe team and destroy our common enemies.
I mean, Baroness, your sub is leaking. That's a bad sign at that much pressure, right? Yeah, but how are you gonna beat them?
What chance? The worms have fastened themselves to to rocks in their face.
Oh, yeah.
Blast away their anchorage to the sea floor.
What?
If they float up far enough.
Sorry. Why are these rocks floating? Guys, that's not how rocks work. What does that even mean? Those are rocks. Why are they floating?
Thank you for a successful but extremely temporary partnership.
Exactly. Now for the double cross.
Give us your heavy water as well.
We had a deal, Baroness.
A deal with Cobra?
We had a deal, Baroness.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious.
Serious.
And don't call me Shirley.
Now,
Sorry.
let's everybody back off.
Okay.
It cannot end this way.
Just let him go, Baroness.
We got what we came for. Let's not hang.
I gotta say, I really appreciate that this show like makes a point of being super like action heavy. Like there's an action sequence. There's like multiple action sequences in every episode. And I think they're doing a pretty good job of balancing between sort of the A storyline and the B storyline and then flipping and flopping back and forth appropriately.
I'm with you. We have no time to pursue the fools. We have both the crystals and heavy
No
water.
time at all.
One more element to go, and then we are victorious.
Meanwhile, in the Arctic.
Is gone, me bucko. The simple dressing of leaves and herbs draws out the contamination.
Oh, a simple dressing of leaves and herbs can get rid of radiation?
Your uniform and mask are on the wall behind you. I cannot see, so I do not know why you cover your face, lad. But whatever terrible disfigurement is there, I can see into your heart.
So this is like the start of us, no one can see Snake Eyes' face. He's, like I said, he's the original Mando. But also, this is our first real opportunity to see Snake Eyes, hold his own, right? And we haven't seen him do any major cool ninja stuff yet. But he's got, he's mysterious. He doesn't speak. Now he's got a wolf for a pet. And no one can see his face because maybe he's horribly disfigured. That's a recipe for an awesome character. Just saying.
And that is sound and true. You can't deny it, lad. Your loyal wolf friend here, he needs a name. How about Timber? Yes, 'tis a perfect moniker.
Okay. So now he's got his.
You'll
Now
not
he's called
be
Timber.
Going without this, I think. I went back for it. 'Twas easy to find. It's humming and warm like it is. Saints protect you. Both of you.
Indeed.
This is a step in the right direction. But New York has had it if G.I. Joe doesn't surrender.
We've got to keep fighting. Somehow.
Me and Steeler maybe got something. You know how Cobra needs the Relay Star satellite to send a mass energy beam down on New York?
Yeah, short fuse.
Short
Go
fuse.
on.
Well, you see, Steeler and me was talking, and I said to him, Steeler, buddy, I said, will you tell him already? I'm telling him. I gotta tell him my way.
Look at these guys
So
back
anyway,
and forth.
I said to Steeler,
Adorable.
there's no time to tell it your way. What me and Short Fuse figured was, if we could knock out that satellite, Cobra couldn't do nothing to the big
They're best
guy.
buddies.
So, we built this here doohickey with Clutch's help.
It's a killer satellite. It's all mounted in a portable launch gantry and everything.
Hey, Clutch.
Well, what do you think?
Crude, roughly constructed, but magnificent.
Oh yeah, our team just like whipped up this satellite. Why is that weird? Is that a problem? They are the best of the best. Of course they could do that. Okay. I believe it. Yeah, sorry. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, why don't you take out the satellite? This makes way more sense than trying to build your own mass device, which again, they have not explained what their plan is when the Joes get their own mass device, much less have they explained how Destro was able to build his own mass device. Okay. Take out the satellite. And this, but also, why even take it out? Like, this satellite is worth millions and millions of dollars. Wouldn't you want to, like, recover it for the government, which paid for it?
Shock troops to the grid at once.
Hurry!
Yo, space battle? Space battle? Yes, please?
Metallic element, but we have no choice.
They're gonna bring those troopers back, right? Right?
They beamed Cobra troops up to the relay star.
I mean,
We have just sealed the fate of G.I. Joe and ensured our future greatness.
okay.
Cobra rules.
Cobra does rule. Good job, guys. Good job. Why would he surrender now? He's not surrendering anytime now.
I just picked up at the outer perimeter. I heard a relay.
You couldn't walk, Cover
We were all
Girl?
busy, so I went for a look-see. And here's Snake Eyes.
Hey. Welcome home, buddy.
I don't know how you made it back, Snake Eyes.
Snake, you're alive. I knew you were too tough to be finished
Setting up a
off
love
by
triangle,
some
maybe?
dumb old crystals.
Huh? Huh? Oh yeah, here's a wolf. I'll just pet it. That seems fine.
These crystals give us a chance to meet Cobra head on.
Glad he had a
Mass.
grabber
And a
device.
chance is all we need.
Yo, Joe. Uh-oh.
Something's bugging your big bad wolf, Snake Eyes. Well, maybe that smoke.
The canister. It's a booby trap.
If it blows, we're all cosmic dust.
Wait, why is the canister a booby trap? The old guy, the blind old man, gave it to him, who was like a friend. Like, clearly, he saved Snake Eyes' life. Why is it a booby trap now? What's happening? And also, wouldn't it just be irradiated? Is it gonna blow up? None of that makes sense. What? I don't understand what's happening here.
They have paralyzing properties. Must get rid of bomb before it's too late.
It is a bomb? Somehow? That don't make no sense at all.
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
All right, well, we'll see. Okay. All right, well, there's episode 3. I like that. I like, we got more on Snake Eyes. I still don't, I mean, we did some tropes. We did the blind old master savior sort of trope in the wild. He got the wolf meeting Timber. That's pretty cool. I like the, what was it? Steeler and Short Fuse, the little banter between those guys. We're like slowly but surely giving more like small character moments to some of the background Joes to sort of flesh out the team a bit more. A small thing. And I really appreciate that they are going to these different locations. Like that underwater stuff I thought was really cool. And bringing in the expert for each of those locations, right? You had Snowjob brought in for the Arctic stuff. You had Torpedo brought in for the underwater stuff. It's a little too bad that they didn't do a space one, and it looks like next episode we're getting a volcano as opposed to a desert. They could have brought in Dusty, right? I don't think he comes until later in the series. Anyway, good stuff all around. I heartily approve. Let's move on to episode 4, The Devil in the Cauldron or something it's called.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
I think we're ready. Let's go on to episode 4. And here we go. Beautiful blue eyes, Duke.
Wherever there's trouble, G.I. Joe is there.
Look at that giant tattoo on Gung-Ho's chest. That's bananas.
G.I. Joe against Cobra and Destro, fighting to save the day.
Notice it's against Cobra and Destro.
Fighting for freedom.
That changes, I think, in the next series.
G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe is there.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's
I like their
daring,
base.
highly trained special mission
It's cool.
force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule
the world.
Gives up, he'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe.
Timber, save everyone. Quick, quick.
Good boy. Liquid can filter fumes. Maybe enough time to get fusion bomb out of here.
It's a fusion bomb? What? Since when? It's like how
We don't have time to spare, boy.
soldiers in the trenches would
paws
pee on
crossed.
their handkerchiefs
Here we
before
go.
the gas came in, right?
Look out!
Damn, Cover Girl. You're saving everyone. Look at that.
You're my kind of wolf.
Sorry, can we just back up? I just don't want to gloss over the fact. Why was that canister a bomb? Did we ever figure that out? I think not. Okay. I'm just pointing it out. I'm not upset. I'm just saying. It doesn't make sense that that was a bomb.
The catalytic ingredient we need is to be found where the so-called Ring of Fire
that a
emerges from
hologram?
the continent of South America. It is a center of extraordinary volcanic activity. More than 100,000 years ago, a gigantic meteorite survived entry into the Earth's atmosphere,
Okay.
plummeted into the crater known as the Devil's Cauldron. That meteorite is the last source.
Sorry, I love the lore, I love the setup, but if these things are so important for like your science, one, like why do you not have any of it on hand? But two, like what? It's just sitting there in a crater. Why hasn't the government collected this at some point previously? Like, how did you build a mass device? Did you built a mass device previously, right? Did maybe he build the original mass device and Cobra stole it and then Destro sold it to Cobra Commander? Is that what happened? It's a little convoluted, I would say.
Of the pure metallic compound, which is our third missing element. It
Okay.
remains there still, in a deadly sea of red-hot lava.
Red hot lava.
Unreal.
What's the pattern? An ultra-secret message on the video scrambler.
It's one of those
only
sliding
used for
puzzles. I know
condition
those.
White. Condition white? Like in White Flag? No way.
I'd do anything if I didn't have to be the one to deliver this message. But the President and the Joint Chiefs have just ordered me to assemble the entire G.I. Joe force and surrender as directed by Cobra.
No way.
You're putting this on, right, Stalk?
You out of your gorn.
Come off it, Stalker.
You're reading this wrong. There must be a foul-up in transmission.
It's no mistake. As soon as our entire outfit and its support and supply networks have been repositioned as demanded, I will formally turn it all over to the Cobra Commander.
That's ridiculous, right? Like obviously this is fake. This is like one of those Mission Impossible, like you're really on a set the whole time. You didn't know. Sorry. Just look at this frame. Is Cobra Commander eating a drumstick? He's still got his mask on.
One, don't you see? One!
Don't try to talk me out of it. It's not my decision.
They don't know we're eavesdropping on their super secret transmission.
Of course they know. What are you talking about? You're so gullible.
Victory, Destro! I said victory, Destro! Is it not sweet?
At this delicate juncture, I shall take no chance of anything going wrong. I will lead the search for that final ingredient myself.
Paranoid fool! We've won, I tell you!
Wherever you are, Duke,
Cobra
you
has
must not let
robots
the evil ones
like this?
vanquish you.
Like-
You must fight on. I pray that you will.
It's now my duty to ask all the G.I. Joe team members to report to the... Will you get out of the picture, gung-ho?
I told you it was
Sorry,
fake.
Doc. They're kind of cute, you know? Better than an electric train set.
Relax, Stalker. You weren't transmitting when GH took a play break. As far as Cobra knows, we're taking their surrender ultimatum seriously.
I told you. See, they just have a bunch of G.I. Joe toys. Of course. All
Okay,
right.
listen up.
Let's go for
Operation
it.
Big Lift is about to get underway. Yo, Joe! Get down too close to that lava and it's barbecue
And
city.
here they are.
Hey! Wow, far
Sealer
out!
and short fuse again.
What do you think I see, for Pete's sake? What are we looking for? If I say, hey, wow, far out, I must have found it, right? Right.
You guys,
It's the
come
meteorite.
on.
Check your cables and electromagnets and fasten your seatbelts.
Introduction of Wild Bill. Nice to see him.
This is Wilder and the Bronco with a cactus saddle. My old daddy taught me how to dip a net to catch a mess of blue crabs. This is about the same, except this old crab weighs about 10 tons.
What are you talking about, man?
Gotta lift it quick or the magnets will melt. Contact.
Okay.
Reel him in. JoJo!
Yeah! Lift that sucker!
This is a crazy mission.
Out of sight. Way to go, Scarlet!
Uh-oh. Here comes Destro. And they send Destro on this mission. Oh, Destro said he was going to go on this mission, not Major Blood.
Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Cut the cables! Cobra!
They've cut the meteorite loose.
Look out! It's gonna hit!
Was that Clutch or was that Breaker? That was Clutch, right? Yeah. Oh, there's Clutch and Breaker.
We have only one target, and that
Did
is
he
the
say let's hear it for
volcano
big
itself.
feet?
Concentrate your fire at this level, just below the surface of the lava in the crater. When we break through, the lava spill will trigger an eruption. An eruption which will pop the meteorite into the sky like a champagne.
It's, in a way, it's smart, but in a way, it's ridiculous again.
Come in, Destro. I demand you acknowledge your commander-in-chief. Destro, the G.I. Joe force has not surrendered yet.
Do you think it's interesting, like, Cobra was having Cobra Commander was having a banquet with Destro, but, like, where are his other people? Like, what's his goal here? Like, I understand he wants to, like, rule an evil terrorist organization determined to rule the world or whatever, but, like, doesn't he have people to enjoy this with? I would imagine it would make more sense for him to have a cadre of hangers on, you know? Like that would make more sense. Some of these cartoons, I always thought that was kind of lacking. Like the bad guys never had enough bad guys. There was always a lot of good guys, but who does he hang out with? Who are your friends, Cobra Commander? Destro's not your friend. He's like barely a loyal business associate. The Baroness? I don't think so. You're not hanging out with Major Blood, are you? That guy does not seem like someone you want to party with. I just don't know. I don't know who he's doing this for. What do you get out of this, Cobra Commander?
They have taken far too much time as it is. Frankly, Commander, I suspect some sort of trick.
Oh, really?
Tell me, do we actually have enough catalytic elements to disintegrate New York as I threatened?
I do not know. We have scavenged Destro's original shipment containers
So-
and found only a handful of the meteorite metal.
It will have to suffice. I'm through waiting for G.I. Joe's surrender.
Why don't they get more? Why didn't they get more in the beginning?
Devices are in place. Destroy it now!
I heal and obey.
They're gonna destroy New York City? Or the Empire? Oh, no. They're going to disintegrate the Empire State Building? Thank goodness it's not the Twin Towers.
It cost us our third element,
And that's it.
but it worked!
It's just the end of the Empire State Building, I think, not the end of New York City. But don't worry, one splash of water will destroy the mass device. That makes sense.
Pay for this, slave. You'll pay dearly. New York still stands. My threat has been proven empty. Our future rests with Destro now. Unless he brings back the meteorite, our M.A.S.S device will be useless.
I like the guys in the background, like, just casually, like, let's bring a blanket over and stop this fire, okay? Now does someone have to fix the M.A.S.S device? Destro's not going to be happy.
Maintain your fire. We are almost through to the lava lake.
Uh-oh. What we've got here is a game of dirty pool. With a capital
Is that,
D for Destro.
Ace? Is that his name? That character? He's the pilot who comes with the Sky Striker, right?
He's undercutting the lava in the crater.
Bogey's at 6 o'clock. Bogey's at 12 o'clock. Hi! Cobra!
Okay.
Don't let them interfere with our mission.
Go for it, Maverick. You can stop him.
Maintain laser fire at all costs.
Way to go, Joe!
Everyone should know this, obviously, but I'm just pointing out both the Joes and the Cobras, when they get hit, they have to parachute out to safety. That was like, famously a thing about this show, that they weren't allowed to show people getting killed. Also, one of the reasons why they used laser weapons instead of bullets. Okay, continue.
Shoot! Gung-ho! Cobra's got a catcher's mitt coming in at 15,000
So Cobra has a helicarrier? Did they ever make a toy of that? It's crazy.
We've done it! Fall back and prepare retrieval net.
I don't understand why that would make the volcano erupt.
It's mayday for the mountain! Look out!
That doesn't... Does that make sense? I don't think that's how volcanoes work, guys.
Well caught!
Book thing.
The joint is jumping, babe!
Autopilot? Throw on your jetpacks, everyone. You had jetpacks this whole time. Why didn't you... Whatever. That's okay. I love it. I love it. I wish they really had jetpacks like that. Like with the Rocketeer style, you know?
Prepare to repel boarding party!
Cool. You can tell this is made by people who, like, know comic books, you know? It's very comic booky, the action. Is that the first appearance of Scarlet's crossbow? And she's got the trick arrows like Hawkeye, right? Yeah. Oh, don't mess with Gung-Ho.
Yo, Joe!
The Rock wishes he was Gung-Ho. Yeah, don't worry, you probably won't need those jetpacks again, right? Like, you're just a regular guy going to work one day on your helicarrier job, and all of a sudden you're like in a pitched battle. I think the last thing you're going to be expecting is a wolf to attack you. Yo, Joe! There you go. That's some laser noises. The other ones were like...
Destro!
Scarlet.
Bring him in!
You know what? With the crossbow, it's kind of like Chewbacca has how he's got the crossbow, right? Like, it doesn't totally make sense, but it's cool, so why not? Watch out, Destro. Scarlet's right behind you.
They've
found me.
I mean, Scarlet, what are you doing? You know he's in here. Classic steps on his foot. Uh-oh.
That was Scarlet's thermal arrow.
A thermal arrow? It looked like a bunch of goo.
Step into the clear, Destro, if you've got the guts.
That's rock and roll, right?
I have no time
Isn't
for
it?
childish games. I intend to deliver a healthy supply of the meteorite to Cobra.
Just abandoning this helicarrier.
Bump's got the meteorite and Scarlet, and there's not a thing we can do about it.
For the moment, no, there isn't. But we now hold the last remaining portion of the final catalytic element we need to make our M.A.S.S device work. We can only hope, for Scarlet and all our sakes, that we're not too late.
It's interesting if you ever think about like how much money they must be wasting. Like from the bad guy's perspective, Destro just abandoned. That's got to be like $1 billion for that giant helicarrier. Like just walked away from it. These guys are reckless spenders. Reckless.
We'll break your spirit soon enough, my dear Scarlet. Seeing you a groveling slave will provide me with great pleasure.
So he's gonna take her to the slave pens?
Before a meatball like you isn't my style.
Yeah, you meatball.
You're a paradox, Scarlet. You little fool.
Oh, snap.
You used the controls.
Now you're
We're
in for it.
Finished.
You're going down, buddy. All right. That's episode 4 down. Let's talk about it. I gotta say, lots going on there. Not all of it makes sense. But I love the inclusion of the Cobra helicarrier. That's an awesome addition. I didn't totally track what happened. Like, I'm not sure I understand it. Why did the Joes allow them to just go and start shooting away at the side of the volcano? Like, maybe you could sort of riddle your way through that, but it didn't totally make sense. Also, cutting a hole in the side of the volcano, why would that make the meteor shoot out of the top? I don't really get that. That said, helicarrier is awesome, and I really liked seeing Destro take charge of a battle there. That was good. That whole fight at the end was very, very cool. I did like the stalker pretending to, like, you know, in front of the toys, the G.I.Joe toys. Because why wouldn't they have G.I. Joe toys in G.I.Joe? But that was pretty funny. And then seeing Cobra Commander having his banquet with Destro. How was he eating with his helmet? Was he taking it off? You're not allowed to take off your helmet in front of other people, Cobra Commander. That's just not done. So very cool. I'm excited to see the final part. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Now back to G.I. Joe.
Okay, and we're off with the final episode. Let's do this. Question. Does the M.A.S.S, M-A.S.S, does it stand for something? Like the M.A.S.S device? I feel like I've seen it like written like M.A.S.S. Like it's an acronym. Is it an acronym? I don't think that I missed that. Let me know. Let me know if I missed something. I'm sure you will.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring,
highly trained special mission force. Its purpose to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
stay till the fight's won. G.I.
It's like just enough lore to get you through. So like, okay, I get the premise. I mean, whatever. Good guys, bad guys, you know. That's basically it.
The stabilizer controls still work?
Impossible. Centrifugal force has me pinned.
My bow! The third arrow! It's a tractor rig! Hurry!
Did she say it's a tractor arrow of some kind?
Not that one, you jerk!
The other third one, you jerk? Come on.
Set it on short range or you'll blow it through the instrument panel. Gently
This is so elaborate for a problem you caused, Scarlet.
Nothing's happening.
It will! Do something! Fast!
Oh my god. Got a regular Hawkeye here, folks.
It's no.
Oh, you guys are toast.
Congratulations!
I mean, Scarlet, I thought you were like willing to sacrifice yourself. That's what you were doing.
I never believed this grotesque hideaway would look so welcome.
Okay. Whatever. That ship looks much bigger now than it did before, right?
Take it away.
Yo, Joe.
Don't open any champagne yet, Scrap Iron Breath. You took a round, not the fight.
Yes, Scrap Iron Breath.
What a tiresome tigress. She was my ticket out with the third element.
Ah, Destro.
Oh, you bumbling fool.
Noble Destro, my old friend. We congratulate you on the success of your mission.
Oh my god, you've gotten
You dare
worse.
speak to me of success, you psychotic, sibilant serpent of a dolt.
Really, Destro, is that any way to talk to your leader?
Your stupid, bungled attempt to disintegrate New York has given our enemies the two commodities they must not be allowed: time and hope.
I like that Destro legitimately and regularly stands up to Cobra Commander because, like, let's be honest, Cobra Commander is an idiot. He is not a good leader. How he became the head of a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world is kind of beyond me. Maybe as we continue to delve deep into this series and get a little deeper with the lore, we'll understand his value. But from what I see, he never wins. And this costuming of an emperor with the cloak and the scepter, more ridiculousness.
I shall assure us a victory by taking full authority over all operations myself.
Okay, Destro's kind of a badass, right? Like, to do that. And then also, like, Destro's the kind of friend who is clearly going to stab him in the back. But I'm okay with that because Cobra Commander is totally ineffectual. So, I gotta say, I'm rooting for Destro here. Oh, seething. He's seething.
To me, Destro.
Oh, yes, he can.
I'm speaking to you, Destro.
You fool.
This'll take the fight out of you.
Oh, down the stairs? Dang, she fell down like 10 stone stairs. Legit, that could really hurt you. Really hurt you bad.
Tell your masters that I told them nothing, and I will tell you even less.
Relax, sister. We have the same friend.
I do not understand.
The ring. Duke's ring.
Duke?
6'2", eyes of blue. Look, I'll tell you straight off. Duke wouldn't want us to sit this one out. Understand?
Yes. Now
How did she do that? Oh, Celine can do this. Okay, these guys are... Everyone is a little OP in this show.
All right, you creeps, keep moving.
Okay.
Now, gentlemen,
G.I. Joe has its own M.A.S.S device, and it is ready for action.
And what are you gonna do with it? Like, what are you gonna actually do?
Where have we been? It's all hazy.
Mm-hmm.
I do not know, Flag, but that one, he makes me afraid.
Silence! I, Destro, order you now to speak to the people of your nations. The time has come to surrender at once or perish.
But just hold your horses there. Destro is an arms dealer. Destro wants money. Destro wants that kind of power, you know, the real behind the scenes kind of power. Destro doesn't want to rule, does he? That's the job of a puppet. The job of someone like Cobra Commander, in fact. Also, Flag and Valenko or whatever, like these guys, how would they, I mean, they can relay the message, like this is what Destro wants, but like the countries would not give up just because, what?
That is true,
Because he's demanding it? I feel like Cobra Commander is going to undermine the entire thing here.
That strip of metal you gave me works, Selena. If I concentrate, I can override the control of the Cobra soldiers.
Yep.
It works best when the energy level supplied to the headband is low. This is Ramar. When the time comes, he will lead the male slaves into battle against our hated Cobra masters.
The time must come soon. Our patience is wearing thin.
Soon. I promise you, very soon. Pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
We will be ready.
Something troubles you, Destro? The world is not yet at your feet.
Not one nation has surrendered. This one must take a vote. That one wants to take it under consideration.
Literally, that's what I just told you.
They're dealing with Destro.
Oh, I'd say they all know that, and it doesn't frighten them in the least.
Mm-hmm.
They shall learn the price of their arrogance. Baroness, is the device at operating temperature?
Yes, Destro.
Then lock on homing devices and eradicate New York now! At once!
Oh, they are going to destroy New York.
The world has denied my commands. Let them learn the consequence of insolence.
Oh my. Okay.
Cobra's fired off another mass destruction ray.
How are you going to stop it this time, Duke?
Maybe we can knock Destro's beam off course with a zap from our baby.
Does that make any sense? it's a little cartoonish. All right. So New York was not destroyed. That's good.
They stopped us. They must have a M.A.S.S device.
Brilliant deduction.
That's it. We won.
Hold the festivities.
Oh?
Scarlet is still a prisoner, and we can't do anything about it. Until I remember where Cobra headquarters is.
You, the people of the world, mistake my determination to conquer. I am not soft and merciful. Until your nations surrender to me, I shall execute your leaders one at a time, every half hour on the hour, starting with General Flag. Bring him to me, and I shall personally carry out his sentence.
Dang.
Everything is ready, dude.
None of that made sense.
Relax. Breathe deeply. Let your thoughts flow freely.
It looks so
Is he wearing
weird.
Cerebro again? No, he's in the back to
And
tank.
the special sensory deprivation tank may be able to get at the memory of his Cobra captivity, which has somehow been erased.
Clutch just
Let's
like
start
eating
at
an
the
apple in the
beginning,
background.
with
Some
your
good business,
childhood
buddy.
in Iowa. Early on, your sense of justice and honor was tested, and you responded. It
Wow.
has never deserted you. It is at the heart of your idea of America, an idea despised by Cobra. That's it, Duke.
Football star, staying up late studying, champion gymnast.
Now concentrate on a cobra-headed fortress on top of a bleak mountain.
It looks like the Hotel Dracula.
He's still eating an apple, isn't he?
Play it back slowly. You can do it. There. Start there and move forward about half speed.
Why would his memory?
Hey, look at her.
Wow. She's nice.
You guys.
Hey, man, how could he forget a fizz like that? We've got it. The slave girl has Duke's ring. It's got special electronic characteristics,
which can serve as our homing device right into the heart of Cobra's hideout.
Cobra's had things their way long enough. Yo, Joe! Yo!
All right. We don't know where we're sending you, but it's somewhere near Hotel Dracula.
G.I. Joe will return.
All right, let's see it.
These messages.
That's okay. We don't need. It doesn't need to be logical. Let's just get to that big final
Now,
showdown.
G.I. Joe.
Oh, okay. Oh, they sent material. They sent equipment in too. Look at this battle on the wall as you're climbing a cliff. That's pretty tight. Was this a toy? Was this tank with like climbing legs a toy? That's pretty sick. Do these snake things shoot lasers or something? Oh, you need the pitons to pull up the heavy artillery. Meanwhile, Cobra is using siege weaponry. That was pretty cool, actually. I love that everyone's got like these insane, like what is that? That's awesome, but like what it is. These are the extra little things that they've added in that like they probably never made a toy of. Aren't they in a cave? Oh no, there's trees. So maybe they're in a cave still, I don't know.
Ground units moving up. Bring on the air cover.
Okay, so they're not in a... They are in a cave. They're not in a cave. There's... It's hard to tell. I guess they're not in a cave. There was lightning. Whatever. Oh, here comes the Joe's hang gliders. Perfect. Why does blowing out the bridge help? Don't they need the bridge to get there?
Madness has brought this upon us, but my genius shall save us. My robot Cobras will annihilate the G.I. Joe forces.
You have a whole army, literally an army there. Why don't you send them against the Joes? Like, it's not that I don't want to see giant mechs fighting G.I. Joes. I do, but. It's pretty cool.
We're in a pinch, Snake. What do you have?
Explosives?
Magnet grenades, huh? Good thinking.
Nice. Dude, magnet grenades are amazing. Conveniently, it didn't go near any of the Joe tanks or anything.
You shall be executed, General, whether or not the battle goes against me.
Destro, I don't think you're getting away with it this time.
Yo, Joe!
Who's that dude in the t-shirt? Alright.
Scarlet, are you all right?
Duke, it's about time you guys showed up. A girl gets tired hanging around the house.
Oh,
Later,
really?
sister, we've got a war to win.
I was gonna bring flowers, but I thought you'd like these better.
Oh, so thoughtful. Scarlet's awesome. Look at this guy. He's humongous. That's insane. I love it. I love it.
Look, it's Destro.
God, these guys are idiots. That's comedy gold. Oh. Nice. Watch out, that door's probably hot, guys. Oh, can you shoot this one down?
The barricade won't hold them long. We've lost, Destro. Lost! And it's all you're doing!
There will be time for recriminations later. For now, M.A.S.S will take my revenge.
You've aimed for the Earth's core. If that disintegrates, the planet will explode.
That's the general idea. Goodbye for now, Commander.
How is that a good idea?
So long.
I'm destroying the planet. That's a good idea?
That's the M.A.S.S device.
It's pointed at the center of the Earth.
Oh, that was pretty easy to stop, actually. Okay, so they got the Baroness, they got Major Blood.
He's got to be here somewhere.
Cobra Commander's gotten away.
You have won this time.
Yeah.
But Cobra will survive to defeat you. Remember my words.
Well, so much for the Cobra Commander and his cronies. But it looks like Destro's slipped away.
Alright.
I shall be back for vengeance. I swear it. I shall be back.
He will.
Using part of our
He
M.A.S.S
will.
machine with what's left of theirs and a little bit of elements remaining, I think there's just enough juice to send the Eiffel Tower back where it belongs. Here goes.
I thought it was disintegrated.
London? You put the Eiffel Tower back in London?
Isn't that where it goes?
I guess I goofed, but there's nothing I can do. All the elements are used up.
Oh my
We
god.
can't just leave things like this.
There may be a way. It should reach Paris in a few days.
Well, nobody's perfect.
No, but we do okay.
We do okay. Yo, Joe. High fives all around, everyone. Okay, that is it for G.I. Joe The M.A.S.S Device. Episodes 1 through 5 of the Sunbow G.I. Joe series. Thank you so much for watching that with me. What did we learn? Well, G.I. Joe are awesome. Cobra are big dummies. Destro and Cobra Commander have a great dynamic going back and forth. That's one of the things that really sort of like stood out to me as a highlight. I love all of the Joe, like all of the little things. There's a bunch of little things that they added in that really make this show a great show, I think. Like there's small character moments that they made sure to give to like a lot of different people. So even people who like CoverGirl, who like I think famously is sort of underrepresented in the show, considering there's only 3 women in the entire series basically. CoverGirl even got a moment to shine, you know. We got the introduction of Timber. They did a little bit of extra work to give us more on Snake Eyes, obviously to give us some on Duke and on Scarlet. I think you know, a few other people, like, you know, Major Blood and Baroness had some little bits here. Major Blood not so much, but honestly, who cares about Major Blood? I will say that some of the background Joes are very interesting to me. Like I love Torpedo. I think had a great little bit there. Snow Job, of course, being the ice and snow guy, and he's got that Maine accent. I think it's Maine. I don't know. He's got that accent that's charming to me. And then there's a few of the others who are like, it's like. You know, Perceptor or like some of those background Transformers. They're just background guys, and no matter what they do, they're never going to be like Breaker, Clutch, even Short Fuse and Steeler, I don't know that those guys are ever going to break out and be more than, grunts in my mind. It's unsurprising that it's easy to get them, confused as to who's who. Stalker, Gung Ho. We know that these guys are going to get larger roles as the series progresses. Gung Ho in particular, when you pair him up with Bazooka, they're like comedy gold. The other thing that really stood out to me, I think, is Cobra's underground lair. Actually, sorry, I'm not 100% sure. I thought it was a fully underground lair, but then maybe it wasn't because there's trees and stuff. So maybe it was just in some dark and spooky place. But it seemed like it was in a cave, right? I guess I'm misunderstanding that. But I love how theatrical Cobra is with everything they do. So that runs the gamut from sort of those Temple of Doom or sort of Raiders of the Lost Ark sort of illusions from the beginning of Destro's first appearance at the Cobra base, through the overly complicated security measures, the theatrical gladiator arena, what did there are it seems to me thousands of extra Cobra troopers just hanging out watching the gladiator games, but they're just being controlled by these Atari joysticks. So ridiculous. It's stupid in kind of the best way. There were a few minor sort of plot holes that I think we uncovered as you went through, that canister that Snake Eyes brought back with the crystals in it. There's no reason why that should have been a bomb. I don't know why that was that, but they just wanted a short action beat probably at that point in the story. And I don't think that the maybe in the writer's room at some point, or whoever wrote those episodes, maybe there was an explanation, but one, just on a baseline, I don't really understand how Destro had a M.A.S.S device in the first place. And a second one, I don't really understand why G.I. Joe decided they needed their own M.A.S.S device. None of that really made any sense. But those feel like nitpicks to me in a way, because that's kind of the point. This is a kid's cartoon. Let's be real. This is a kid's cartoon, and overall they did a very good job, I would say, with keeping it light and fun, very action heavy, some silly comic moments, a few dead cool sort of moments, and ridiculous bad guys, and chiseled heroes doing their best to save the day. So I totally dig it. And of course, I'm coming at this from a pretty biased place. You, I assume, as well. I don't know why you'd be watching this if you weren't a G.I. Joe fan, but I hope you are now. And as I said at the beginning, if you want to watch these episodes on your own or continue and watch along with me, you can go over to the Hasbro's YouTube page. I'll put the link down in the description, and you can just watch all these episodes. The next video in this series will be the Revenge of Cobra miniseries, which is another 5-parter. If you want to watch that in advance of my, talking about it, then you'll be totally informed, or you can watch it along with me. That's all good. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the M.A.S.S device in the comments below, where you're coming at G.I. Joe from, and what your experience with it is. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks so much for joining. See you later, everyone.